Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this session here. Go on to the next. Yes, equation is here for you, and all kinds of different things. So a lot of what we are going to be talking about here is some future things. Sage has asked that we include their safe harbor statement as part of this. Basically, Sage can change what is on the roadmap going forward at any time. So there's a little bit of take this with a grain of salt. Okay, so a couple key areas of investment that Sage is making into the Sage 300 product over time is really a lot of compliance, be that tax compliance, legislative compliance, and technical compliance. They are also investing heavily in modern platform modernization, so keeping the technical stack that's underneath the engine applicable as software develops and changes, because we know that Sage 300 has been around for a long time, and what was developed years ago is not necessarily what is practical today. So be it a update to printing technologies, security technologies, and so on, those are the things that are coming out underneath the engine. Forthcoming is a couple product integrations. So Sage rolled out what's called Sage HR, which is a separate product from Sage HRMS, which has been on the market for a long time. Sage HR is a slightly is targeted at smaller companies than Sage HRMS, and so they've been putting out a integration for that to Sage 300. And they're also working on, they purchased a company called Anvil and are bringing that out as supply chain intelligence. It's a product which will help communicate open sales orders, open purchase orders to some of your technical or trading partners. And so that is becoming available here soon in the 300 ecosystem. Also recently, they did a major overhaul of Sage Intelligence, which I know a lot of people use. So right now, the overhaul was all on the technical side, the actual code that runs the product behind the scenes. That's going to give them some new tools to be able to leverage new features and updates to that particular product. They are making some platform enhancements and working on developing two-factor authentication, having that as an option for Sage 300. And of course, there's a fair number of compliance updates and security updates. Other areas that they're working on improving and advancing is a lot around AI and automation. And Brian is going to be talking about some of the AI initiatives on the Intacct side, and Sage is going to be leveraging those improvements that are first going to be deployed for Intacct, and then we'll integrate those into 300. So, and some of that's also going to be around AP and AR automation, because so many people are looking for assistance and improvements in those areas. And then they're constantly putting out some updates in usability and other accessibility components throughout the system. So some areas that have received some improvements recently, as I talked about the Sage Intelligence, there's been some changes and improvements in bank feeds. So if anybody is connecting their Sage 300 to their bank to get the reconciliation information into Sage, there's been some improvements on there, partially because banks are constantly changing their platforms and their standards, so keeping up with all that. As I said, there's the Sage HR integration. Sage recently released a bunch of updates for the web screens related to US and Canadian payroll. And they've made exports of GL transactions directly to Excel or CSV from the transaction history inquiry screen. And there's, for those who use the web screens, the ability to do favorites in there as well, similar to what we have in the desktop client. Recently, there was an update for payroll that was released. It was actually done in between when this slide was created and today. So that just recently came out, both tax updates for US and Canada. Forthcoming, it will be in September of this year, will be the version 2026 release. So additional additions to the web screens for those who want to use them related to US and Canadian payroll. And again, more PJC screens coming out. There's going to be a whole bunch of new reports for Sage Intelligence that people will be able to take advantage of, and several security and efficiency improvements. Speaking of Sage Intelligence here, a couple new features. So bulk import of reports. So if you are trying to collect a whole bunch of reports and import them, there's some tools that will help assist that and automatically generate them. And report scheduling. So they are providing some improved tools within the report manager that will let you schedule the reports from there, as opposed to having to use the old system of generating a scheduler command, manually open up Microsoft Task Scheduler and creating the scheduled command in Microsoft Task Scheduler. A little bit of the roadmap here. So some releases. So the 2025.2 had the bank feeds update and the payroll updates. Later this year, Q4, version 2026. For those who are in Singapore or have Singapore requirements, the e-invoicing requirements over there, sending copies of your invoices to the tax authority of Singapore will be available. I think there's also ones coming under development for Malaysia as well, if you have those. So unlike what we see in the US and Canada, Singapore, Malaysia, and some of those parts of the world have requirements that every invoice that you send to your customers, you send a copy to the government for tax compliance. In 2026, there'll be payroll updates again. Those are always happening because we all know that taxing authorities change their regulations constantly. And then really in fiscal year 2026 will be that supply chain Anvil integration and some of the AI enhancements. I wanted to make sure that you are all aware about the Sage Idea Scope. So from the help menu in Sage, there is an option to submit product ideas. That will take you to a website that, I was talking with the product developers last month, and they say going in there and looking at it and utilizing the Idea Scope and tracking suggestions from both partners and from clients like you. So if you've got a suggestion of what you would like to see in Sage, go ahead and put that in the Idea Scope, or find where somebody else has already put in a similar idea and vote for it and upvote it. That will help Sage know what improvements are useful to deploy in the future. And sometimes you'll also see comments of, hey, this already exists, and where it exists, so you may not even be aware that it already exists, and the community will help update that. If you want, we can supply you with this list of keyboard shortcuts. Many of you have our mouse pads. I think we have a few left in stock at the home office. I don't know if we're going to be reordering them at all, but Sage 300 has a lot of keyboard shortcuts that can really be improvements to your work environment and just making it faster for you to navigate through the different screens. So here's a list of the different keyboard shortcuts. If you want a copy of it, please feel free to email me, Doug@EquationTech, or support@EquationTech, and we'd be happy to provide you with this list. And if we have any of the mouse pads floating around, we'd be certainly happy to send a few of those out to you. So thank you. My contact information is here. If you've got questions, I think that's probably our next slide. You can certainly get those in and we'll try and address them, or you can feel free to email me or give me a jingle at any time. We do have a couple upcoming webinars in September and December, so please consider joining one of those. Also, I don't have a slide on it, but we do have a great YouTube channel with a number of different training videos up there. So if you have new hires, or if you're need a little refresher yourself, some of the common transactions like how to do a journal entry, how to create a customer or vendor, do invoicing, payment processing, either receiving or sending, we've got videos, YouTube videos that you can watch at any time.
Regarding those webinars that we have upcoming, if you'd like to attend, and if you're not on our SLA, there's typically a charge for these webinars, but type in Unleashed in the promo section and we'll waive the fee for that. So looking to see if there are any questions. Can we contact Doug to help with setting up the new features, or do we have to contact support?
You can certainly contact me. I might route some of that through the support team as a technical resource and to help get that. A lot of times these do require applying the latest product update or upgrading your version of Sage. So if it requires something like that, I might have you talk with our upgrade specialist, Scott, on our team, or work with Darby and some of the other support team to upgrade your cloud hosting version if that is required. So we can certainly take a look, see what version you're on, see what version that particular feature that you're looking for is available on, and what needs to happen in order for you to take advantage of that feature.